Hola beloveds, and welcome back to my channel, Pen of the Beloved, the dwelling place for the creator. So it's been a while since I've done a bit of a studio vlog, but lately I've been wanting to paint and be creative and decided to make the time to make it happen. So I don't know about you, but I've been musing on creativity and wondering when was the last time I created for fun and created for the sole purpose of being creative. A while back, I made a TikTok video asking this simple question. And I asked because for me, this was a question I needed to pose to myself in my own creative life. After coming off of a much needed break from posting and creating content at the beginning of this year, I decided it was time for a change. I wanted to learn how to engage with creativity for the sole purpose of creating out of joy and not out of creating because I needed to post on social media. For many of us, especially in this digital age, we create with the idea that all of our ideas must be profitable somehow. I know that I feel the same way as a person who owns multiple Etsy shops, who pushes content to sell books, and a number of other things. And sometimes we feel that in order to be creative effectively in this world of social media, we must create capital, and if it isn't creating some type of currency, we feel that it's not as important. If we feel that followers are not coming about as a result of our creativity, we feel that we are somehow doing something wrong. As creative beings, we naturally create without question. We are creative when we are doodling on the side of the pages of our notebooks. We are creative when we are thinking of an idea and instead of writing it out, we whisper it into an Apple Watch and create a voice memo. Our creativity is constantly moving, but we are not always aware of it. We tend to form and develop environments that bring about our most creative selves, even when everything around us isn't conducive to a creative environment. For me, working a 9 to 5 sometimes isn't always conducive to creating content, especially after coming off of a year of creating content pretty much full time, creating YouTube content, writing books. Much of my time was spent being creative 24/7. And now being in this new realm of time management as most adults and most people are learning, I am realizing that I have to make time for this outlet and this lifestyle of creativity. So for a moment, let's travel back in time. Think back to 2010 when Instagram was just a photo sharing app, and everyone wrote captions that sounded like short diary entries. I define this era as my personal creativity era. I would write poem after poem between homework and an episode of whatever show was popular at the then ABC network and now Freeform. Around this time, that is where I began to develop creative habits that I now have. In that era was the infancy of Pen of the Beloved, which was just a blog on blogger.com at the time. But one thing that I have come to realize, especially now as creativity has burgeoned and blossomed into so many things, is that we are never too far from our creative selves and too far from our creative endeavors. It just depends on how attuned and attentive we are to wanting to be creative. And many times that looks like making time for it.